His Excellency, George Weah, President of Liberia. Our board noted that His Excellency's victory as the African Political Leader of the Year 2023 is a testament to his contributions to promoting peace, African culture and development, youth and sports development, and advancing Africa's agenda globally. It is also a recognition of his critical role in the infrastructural and socio-economic development of his country as well as his people-friendly policies. He has continued to advocate for peace and free and fair elections in the ECOWAS sub-region, and this was demonstrated by a show of statesmanship and iconic posturing by accepting electoral loss and congratulating the winner. While he arguably had options as a sitting president, he chose the path of honor, peace, and the defense of democracy. His emergence reaffirms our position that he has remained one of the continent's leading light, as he had continued to demonstrate great faith in the African project, promoting African dignity and helping to change the negative narratives about the continent.
Before we could become journalists today, we are citizens. If there is no way that our country is safe, we cannot practice in our respective professions. When we are at war, pastors will not be respected to go to church to preach. When we are at war, medical doctors will not be able to go to hospitals except on a coercion or certain condition. When we are at war, lawyers will not be able to go to court to practice. That's why when you see these things happening, whether you are a lawyer, whether you are working a profession, you got to step down and protect your country, so that that country will provide an avenue for you to be the kind of person that you want to be. And that's where we are now. What happened on yesterday was wrong. It's still wrong. And no matter what it is wrong. We are seeing things happening in this country, and people are now seeing it as being right because the SAR is there. And these are things that we got to be stand up. To be a patriot, you have to stand first on the side of the law, because the politicians will go away. The regime will pass away, but your country will stay. The law will stay. Your patriotism vow will continue to stay on. And these are things that we got to stand up for. It doesn't matter how people feel, what kind of side you want to be on. We just got to speak to the truth, and that is very much important.
I see in the next few months a nicer country, a very noisy country, rowdy country, a heavily divided country, a very tough economy, a sense of elitism by those who are coming at the hem of authority. The coming in of the Unity Party is going to multiply the economic woes, the economic conundrum, the economic quagmire, the suffering of the Liberian people is going to multiply. We are not prophets of doom, but the reality will come.
Mr. President, recently we witnessed the demolition of the CDC headquarters in Komotcha, which was carried out through a court order. How does the administration ensure that such enforcement action are done fairly and without political interference?
The law is the law. It's not the government. It's the government implementation of the law. The police were ordered to do it, and they did it. If that demolition is removal of the people from premises that don't belong to them according to the law.
Why will George Weah, who is tempted by Joseph Boakai, who was drowning in his Egypt land, who was dead, very red up, dirty, stink, you could find him passing around, particularly dead and useless. Why will such a man conduct make you wear vex that you will struck the work and then lose God's own mission to take you to the promised land? That was the test of time today for George Weah. If George Weah had reacted, he would have fallen in the place of Moses.
The Liberian National Police commends the Congress for Democratic Change for the discipline, calm, and statesmanship demonstrated during the recent eviction process. Their respect for the rule of law, despite the deep sentimental value and history attached to the property, reflects a maturity that strengthens Liberia's democracy. This movement is not only a testament to CDC's leadership, but also a reminder to all political institutions and citizens that our democracy grows stronger when lawful decisions are honored peacefully.
Today, you have a rebel police director who thinks that he has arrived And the worst thing about all these people, they all benefited from the magnanimity of George Weah, ranging from people on the bench of the Supreme Court. They got letters from George Weah. If some of them choose to pay him back with evil, it's up to them. The very Gregory Coma today, he worked in the previous administration when Weah came. He also got another letter again. If he chooses to do what he's doing, it's up to him. But one thing I can tell you for sure is this is how we had always been molded. That's how God has already molded Weah and catapult him into success. He will suffer rejection, denigration, humiliation. That has been his life. How can you make somebody who has been down the line their shame? The person has gone through shame. They have gone through disgrace. They have done everything they cared. Whatever people thought and were laughing at them, they surmount everything and catapult themselves into becoming someone who is towering that the whole world can look at today. What more can you do? You think you're bringing that person down? You're just hurting yourself. In fact, what you are doing, you are destroying yourself. You know what it takes for you to proud in yourself of being bad? When people are looking for good image, you are happy in becoming a bad person. George Weah would never, ever buy in to your tricks. George Weah would never, ever buy in to your tricks. George Weah would never, ever buy in to your tricks. George Weah would never, ever buy in to your tricks. George Weah would never, ever buy in to your tricks. George Weah would never, ever buy in to your tricks. George Weah would never, ever buy in to your tricks. George Weah would never, ever buy in to your tricks. George Weah would never, ever buy in to your tricks. He would never, ever.
This government assigned security to the former president's house. This government is capable of bribing any of its security to plan any evil in the former president's house. This government has done so many things that have questioned the credibility of the president. They have manipulated the law. They have manipulated security. The president has interfered with investigations of other issues that we know of. There's nothing this president cannot do to make sure that George Weah is out of the way so the United Party can continue to maintain the presidency. Nothing this president cannot do to make sure that George Weah is out of the way so the United Party can continue to maintain the presidency. We know of. There's nothing this president cannot do to make sure that George Weah is out of the way so the United Party can continue to maintain the presidency. We know of. There's nothing this president cannot do to make sure that George Weah is out of the way so the United Party can continue to maintain the presidency. Cannot do to make sure that George Weah is out of the way so the United Party can continue to maintain the presidency. Cannot do to make sure that George Weah is out of the way so the United Party can continue to maintain the presidency. Nothing this president cannot do to make sure that George Weah is out of the way so the United Party can continue to maintain the presidency. Nothing this president cannot do to make sure that George Weah is out of the way so the United Party can continue to maintain the presidency. Nothing this president cannot do to make sure that George Weah is out of the way so the United Party can continue to maintain the presidency. Nothing this president cannot do to make sure that George Weah is out of the way so the United Party can continue to maintain the presidency. Nothing this president cannot do to make sure that George Weah is out of the way so the United Party can continue to maintain the presidency. Before we could become journalists today, we are citizens. If there is no way that our country is safe, we cannot practice in our respective professions. When we are at war, pastors will not be respected to go to church to preach. When we are at war, medical doctors will not be able to go to hospitals except on a coercion or certain condition. When we are at war, lawyers will not be able to go to court to practice. That's why when you see these things happening, whether you are a lawyer, whether you are working on a profession, you got to step down and protect your country so that that country will provide an avenue for you to be the kind of person that you want to be. And that's where we are now. What happened on yesterday was wrong. It's still wrong. And no matter what it is wrong. We are seeing things happening in this country and people are now seeing it as being right because the Assad is there. And these are things that we got to be stand up. To be a patriot, you have to stand first on the side of the law because the politicians will go away. The regime will pass away, but your country will stay. The law will stay. Your patriotism vow will continue to stay on. And these are things that we got to stand up for. It doesn't matter how people feel, what kind of side you want to be on. We just got to speak to the truth, and that is very much important.
His Excellency, George Weah, President of Liberia. Our board noted that His Excellency's victory as the African Political Leader of the Year 2023 is a testament to his contributions to promoting peace, African culture and development, youth and sports development, and advancing Africa's agenda globally. It is also a recognition of his critical role in the infrastructural and socio-economic development of his country as well as his people-friendly policies. He has continued to advocate for peace and free and fair elections in the ECOWAS sub-region, and this was demonstrated by a show of statesmanship and iconic posturing by accepting electoral loss and congratulating the winner. While he arguably had options as a sitting president, he chose the path of honor, peace, and the defense of democracy. His emergence reaffirms our position that he has remained one of the continent's leading light, as he had continued to demonstrate great faith in the African project, promoting African dignity and helping to change the negative narratives about the continent.
Mighty, the creator and sustainer of the universe, faithful in all of his ways, never reneging on his promises, but fulfilling every word that he uttered in the fullness of his time for our society and people. He is that God who kept watch over us throughout the night. We are grateful that he has brought us into this day again to speak truth, to power, to get society better. Yes, thank you all also for coming on. Masare Abdullah, JJY Community, Comfort, Newton, Your Home, Nuclear Town, Claude de Port, as it is called. Musa A. Sharif, Sophie Community, Congo Town, Asata Miller, Red Light, Elizabeth A. Thomas, Waterside, Jonathan K. Baller, USA, my dear John brother, William K. Sumawulu from New York, Stanton Island. Good to have you on. Paris Loba, also from New York, from the United States, New Jersey. That's great. And Matilda Stevens, you are on also from the United States of America. Archie Tape, Dallas, Texas. Christian Davids, Plebo City, Maryland County, the county of the civilized people. Yes, the only county that takes civilization before every county or any county coming up. Liberia. Dinah Dennett, yes, Manhattan, New York, your residence. Jack Foley Tombikai, Broville, Bible College Junction, Lawrence Harris Jr., Vakaba Conan, you are on from Do River in Congo Town, Stephen Fowler, Central Morovia, Ed Waller, Harper City, Maryland County, Bapin Paul Lee, Johnsonville, Moses Sua, Painesville, Red Light, Daniel Bellotosinian, Fred Pega, 11th Street, Emmanuel Wilson, your rehab residents, Royal Always Va, Josh Teo, J. Bowen, Asari Conan, yeah, Mark Ritchie Wler, Austin, Minnesota, Nevet Pevet, Morovia, Aweli T. City, Police Academy, Aloysius Menyonga, Batnosville Estate, the regime speaker, Republic. We expect that Republic to be the greatest, most beautiful in the history of Liberia. Interestingly, you got an emotional speaker. Hold on for that. Lahai Masale FDA Junction, Venetians Bar Nukutan, Claude de Port, Patience Wisner Lynch Street, Usman Sol, your business center, Galley Street, Juan Momolu, your business center, also Galley Street, Gabriel Lawson, you are on also from your business center, Iron Factory, Broad Street, and Jackson C. Punin, you are also on from Iron Factory, Block C, Memo Block 13 Intellectual Center, and the man himself, yes, the man himself, the man who embodies everybody, the man who has all the characteristics of a melting pot. He cuts across, irrespective of race, creed, color, political affiliation. Yes. And please, to introduce that man, the chairman of Block 13 Intellectual Center, who has just come on, Roma Rico or Cannibal, the chairman of Block 13. Good to have you on, Mr. Chairman. Yes. My dear sister is on also, Orita Sunday Way Choir. Thank you for coming on, every one of you great people. Jeremiah Labla, you are on from FDA Community. Yes, all of you great people. Eugene Jobo from Capital Baptist. Emmanuel Bro, Minnesota. Miana Politz, Minnesota, USA. Stephen Bosso, you are on. All of you great people. All right. So, thank you all for coming on. As usual, we get started with what is unfolding out of Liberia. Madagascar President Andry Rajoelina has dissolved the National Assembly, deepening the country's political crisis. The move follows days of youth-led protest and growing division within the military that reportedly forced him to flee the country. He's currently in exile. Rajoelina, speaking from an undisclosed location, said he left for fear for his life after an assassination attempt. His decision blocks an opposition-led vote seeking his removal, though it is unclear if he had the legal right to do so. Cameroon's opposition candidate, Issa Chiroma, has claimed victory in the October 12th presidential election, calling on President Paul Biya to accept defeat and quit. Chiroma, age 76, a former government minister who left Paul Biya's camp earlier this year, ran with support from several opposition parties and civic groups. The same thing we expect to see here: opposition unity, opposition synergy, coming together to flush Unity Party out. Paul Biya, age 92, Africa's longest serving leader, is seeking an 8th term after 43 years in power. Authorities have not yet responded to opposition leader Chiroma's claim, but the Interior Minister earlier warned that only the Constitutional Council can announce official results, just as they would say here in Liberia. The council has until October 26 to declare the outcome. University lecturers across Nigeria have begun a 2-week strike over pay and funding. Lecturers across Nigeria, university lecturers across Nigeria have begun a 2-week strike over pay and funding, just weeks after campuses reopened. The Academic Staff Union of Universities said the action was inevitable due to the government's repeated failure to honor past agreements, similar, if not same, to what we have here. Authorities have urged lecturers to return to work, warning they will not be paid during the strike period under the no work, no pay law. The government said it has made a comprehensive offer on working conditions and welfare and is awaiting the group's response. ASU, for short, is demanding or inclusive in their demands also increase funding for public universities, which they say suffer from inadequate infrastructure, outdated facilities, and chronic underinvestment. A total of 2,470 Ghanaian nationals are currently being held in United States detention facilities, awaiting deportation. This marks one of the highest figures on record and partly reflects President Donald Trump's government intensify immigration enforcement measures. So far this year, 478 Ghanaians have been arrested by Immigration and Customs Enforcement under the Global Enforcement Initiative, launched in April to accelerate deportations. Between January and August, 312 Ghanaians were deported, mostly for criminal offenses, immigration violations, or visa overstay. Those are some of the developments unfolding out of Liberia. Let's get started with the developments here in our country. Well, what some of you are aware, what I am about to talk, it's not a strange, not news, but you will see more, hear more, talk more. It's not a news, not CDC party construction. No. The expression you will hear, you will see. No, that's not how it goes. Isaiah say they will see it, they will talk it, they will hear it. Yes, that's what Isaiah said. I'm not talking about CDC HQ today. I am talking about what I said from the onset. We had the opportunity. Whenever a person is appointed to a government position, it becomes the responsibility of the public to do an appraisal called analysis of that person. Inclusive of that analysis is the person's attitude, the person's character, and within that, emotion, anger, vexation, courting, temper tantrum. You've got to look at all of those of a person going to a public office, especially when that public office has got to do with different egos on display. It takes a person who understands himself, knows what he is, and knows the environment can handle. His predecessors went through a lot. There were times they said within themselves, as a speaker, I'm going to do this. I'm not going to listen to this person. The flow cannot be like this. I am fed up with this disrespect as the presiding officer. I don't expect men and women who got responsibility will come into the public space or get on the floor and say all manner of things. I am telling you how speakers in the past, they sat in their office, in their home, and ponder because the pressure was so much. Being a speaker, it's sweetie, it's enjoyable. You have all of the niceties associated with it. You enjoy all of those things. Honorable Mr. Speaker, you have long convoy, you have a budget that you can live on for the rest of your life. Even if you leave, you have the opportunity to travel to see almost the whole world. So it is a sweet position. But the ability to maintain the flow, when this thing was starting, the removal of Fonati Kofa, I was blunt because I do have that experience. And I said that I moderated 3 debates. The guys in Barnesville Estate, they know every time they had a debate over there, they will call St. Andrews to moderate. 3 of those debates, Richard Kuhn was involved. That's how we got friends. We became friends. I used to hear the expression, bo, 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 until we start. The first person that had the opportunity to moderate a debate was the former information minister, the Reverend Dr. Lawrence Broble, then Richard Kuhn. In there, as a moderator, you learn a lot. It's not only moderating, but you have the opportunity to understand the flow, see people's behavior, how they respond to their colleagues, what they say, and washing the body, language, how they respond to some questions that are provocative, but they are sensible and it's worth answering. And that debate in itself is tense. Whether in white man's home, black man's home, is tense. And one thing is required is controlling your emotion. Well, the speaker today, regime speaker, stooped so low. Not a news to me, but news to you people. And I said that you people will see more, many more, and his president, Joseph Yuma Boaga, and his colleagues will be embarrassed. How can a speaker of the House of Representatives stoop so low, even if you are provoked? In the midst of provocation, you are not the hero when you respond, when you give a counter. In the midst of provocation, you are the hero when you allow reason to prevail. The essence of that is to convert that undesirable opinion into a desirable opinion. And that's how you convert a person. The flow of the House of Representatives, the flow of the Senate, and everywhere in the world is not a place for lay boy and lay girl. When I say lay boy and lay girl, I mean tough mind, not tabula rasa. The flow is not the flow of the House of Representatives, the Senate, and any gathering of people, especially people who are average, people who are highly educated. It's not a place for joke. The flow is not a frolicking ground. The presiding officer must be strong. The presiding officer should be the last person to get vexed. The presiding officer should be the last person to go insulting. The presiding officer should be the last person to give a counter in an unruly manner simply because somebody expressed an opinion in an unruly manner. The presiding officer keeps his psychology in check. That means he knows that anytime he can get tricked, anytime the atmosphere can stir him up. So he's aware of all of these things. He's aware that he's managing different egos. He's aware he's managing different political parties. He's aware that he's just the last person. He is the chief psychology. So he always keeps his psychology intact by ensuring he doesn't get vexed. And some of you will be arguing, but the men are human beings. That is completely foolhardy. People who argue that all the men are human beings, anybody can get vexed. That is foolhardy. Yes, anybody can get vexed, but anybody cannot get vexed in just any situation. In this encounter with his colleague, Tai Wongbe, he went above the line. Have a listen.
Of the House is ongoing. Watch the composure of the speaker. Look at the composure of the speaker.
The House, this is the House of Representatives. You have to respect.
That one way, let's hear that man.
Where the first section of the third quarter of the House is ongoing. Watch the composure of the speaker. Look at the composure of the speaker.
The House.
Go back, G.
Where the first section of the third quarter of the House is ongoing. Watch the composure of the speaker. Look at the composure of the speaker.
The speaker, the regime speaker, is demonstrating his regime posture. He demonstrated the head of the mercenary group posture. Have you seen the head of a mercenary group? When something happens, he's blasting, he's using some words at his guys and all of those because he is the boss, he has the power. He tells Tai Wongbe, if Tai Wongbe thinks that he is rude, Richard Kun is rude more than him. Meaning that if Tai Wongbe does anything funny, he can get at Tai Wongbe. Now you are the Speaker of the House of Representatives. You are the trash can. You are the dustbin. You take all of those stuff on you. It is your responsibility to keep the flow afloat. It is not your right to show emotion or to give a counter emotion, because a counter emotion will stir this flow up even more than what unfolded today. Because there are guys who were not in favor of the speaker's attitude. There were guys also who were not in favor of Tai Wongbe's response to the regime speaker. But all in all, who has the ultimate responsibility of keeping the flow? As a leader, you are provoked to the death. But there's nothing you can do about it, because you hold the ultimate responsibility, the ultimate stability of that place. Tai Wongbe.
The House, this is the House of Representatives. You have to respect the seat. We all call him. You're taking people out and threatening people that people go out there. What happens to free speech in this country? You think we'll sit here and allow a speaker to come and say, no, it would never happen in this country. We went through it before in this country. We never allowed it to happen. He's not above the law. You can be over there, be as a speaker of a country, threatening other members and say, go out there and talk. The Congress free speech. We respected him. We respect him always. We respect him, but you should respect this house.
Where the first section of the third quarter of the House is ongoing. Watch the composure of the speaker.
The same thing they were doing with Yeke, or he was doing with Yeke. When you talk, when you raise an opinion, he calls the sergeant, call all of his Unity Party sergeant and arm to put you outside. He's noted for that. He's known for that. He now takes it to another person. Here is the man who is the intolerant of his colleague's opinion speaker. Your colleague disagree with you. What has that got to do with you calling the sergeants, or how they call them, that plays in the khaki frontier force, to flush tar one way outside. They did it to Yeke, they flushed Yeke outside. Some of the colleagues stood there. They did nothing. Now he's bringing it. Every time somebody disagrees with Richard Kuhn, you will be punished. The first act is to flush you out of the place. So when Richard Kuhn has shown and continue to show is that Nebuchadnezzaric instinct. I am the boss here. I'm the presiding officer. Anything I say is final. Nobody do anything according to their will, but do as I said. I am the chief. I remote control. The Unity Party regime speaker. Is it a surprise? And the man say, as regime speaker, these are things that the people will see.
Look at the composure of the speaker.
Of the House, this is the House of Representatives. You have to respect the seat. We all call him. You're taking people out and threatening people that people go out there. What happens to free speech in this country? You think we'll sit here and allow a speaker to come and say, no, it would never happen in this country. We went through it before in this country. We never allowed it to happen. He's not above the law. You can't be over there, be as a speaker of a country, threatening other members and say, go out there and talk. The Congress free speech. We respected him. We respect him. Always. We respect him, but you should respect this house.
Please tell me the normal in this thing. He tells his colleagues that they should not discuss legislative matter outside. Every discussion should be in session. Meaning, the only time you talk as a senator when you're in the Capitol building. When you enter that compound, you are representative. When you leave that compound, you are not representative. That's what Richard Kuhn is saying. When you speak outside, it is against. You should not do it. He is also saying, that's what he told his guys, that if a representative went and did a report to his colleagues, Richard Kuhn considers it wrong. So he's indirectly doesn't want to count former, barring people from going to make report to their constituents. Lawmakers should not speak outside. When you invite a lawmaker, Richard Kuhn is saying that lawmaker should only talk in his capacity as a citizen, but should not talk in his capacity as representative. Simply put, free speech is banned. The regime speaker, ain't I heard that one way? Let's go back.
Quarter of the House is ongoing. Watch the composure of the speaker. Look at the composure of the speaker.
Of the House, this is the House of Representatives. You have to respect the seat. We all call him. You're taking people out and threatening people that people go out there. What happens to free speech in this country? You think we'll sit here and allow a speaker to come and say, no, it would never happen in this country. We went through it before in this country. We never allowed it to happen. He's not above the law. You can't be over there, be as a speaker of a country, threatening other members and say, go out there and talk. The Congress free speech. We respected him. We respect him. Always. We respect him, but you should respect this house.
Regime speaker, that is wrong. You can't deprive your colleagues. You can impose against your colleagues. You cannot suppress your colleagues' voice. You cannot deprive them of their fundamental constitutional democratic rights. If you can do it or you don't want to do it, it doesn't stop them from doing it. The regime speaker is simply cutting off the representatives from the public. Do everything in session, do everything in secret, do everything as a court, carry nothing out. If a lawmaker went out and spoke, Richard Kun considers it an offense against the House's rule. So the guys there, he is developing this atmosphere of controlling, remote controlling his colleagues. That's what he wants to do. He said it before, and then he repeated it, and he's implementing it. And you expect that is the first branch of government, the last place you ever want confusion to come from. They destabilize that place with a coup to get Fonatikova out. Fonatikova out now. You see it? And we told you the removal of Fonatikova, they didn't say that that place was going to be peaceful. It was just the introduction of a wider instability, insecurity, confusion, more fights. Because the man who is the speaker does not know the job. He was imposed, he was forced there. Bouaka did everything to get him there. He did not know the job, and he don't know the job. That's what you're saying. You're saying that? You look at educated men, some of them far educated than you, exposed than you, be in the legislature for almost 20, 25 years. They know the in total of the legislature. They have the constitution at their fingertip. Then you telling them that they should not speak at all, they should mute themselves when they are out. The only time they should talk when they're in the house. Where you see that happening from around the world? They travel, you've been traveling, going from parliament to parliament. That's what they told you. Where you see that? America was the great democracy. Where you see them, they only talk legislatively when they inside, and they don't say anything outside. They are the people representatives. They have the right to speak to the people at any time, to tell the people what is happening. It's not only to present their constituents' report to their constituents, but they also have the right to explain certain things that are not going right or going right until that time can come. So if a group of people met their lawmakers outside and say, oh, we heard this, it's confusing us, honorable. What is it? What is going on? Richard Kun is saying at that point, that lawmaker should not say anything. He should not tell the people anything. He should mute himself, zip on his mouth, move from in front of them, disrespect them, and then the only time he should talk when Richard Kun is sitting down there and order them, then he gave the instruction for them to talk. So the place has become a dictatorial atmosphere. That's Unity Party speaker, regime speaker, the man said it. So you're seeing it. It's not a surprise. And y'all see more. I told you, Richard Kun can make that place. It's not the ambition that get you or get the public appraising you as somebody who knows the job. It is the conduct. It's the conduct. It's not the ambition. The ambition is one thing. The sustainability is another thing. Yeah, you're on the floor. You can't even sustain it. You don't even go good 1 year over there. You don't even go good 6 months. We get into the election era goo-goo. That place will be upside down 24/7. It will not be a surprise when they hear Richard Kun punch or slap one of the colleagues over there. It's not be a surprise. You brace yourself for that. That will take us to our man, the return of Yeke Koluba. Yeke is back in the country, and as usual, in his pragmatic mood, very aggressive. He too had this to say.
In there for yourself and Richard Kun and talk about don't get outside and criticize. Don't get outside and criticize. Don't get outside and criticize who? I'm making a Joseph Bouaka is a role. I'm criticizing now. So they are talking the gathering. You said you were threatening us. You Richard Kun, he fought hard to become speaker just to put picture up from place to place. You think we have that thing on? You can't talk about when I criticize. That place is living room.
You seem to be afraid of the statement of the speaker.
I'm afraid of what statement? I'm afraid the men are wrong. I'll be afraid of wrong statement.
The speaker was very but are you lawmaker? You're not talking outside the house.
Look, the name Yega can never be tied down. The name Yaka can never be tied down. This place is not my place. It's not my living room. And that is why I say inside there. I spoke about English and somebody wanted to corrupt me. I say, you know all the English you are telling you just sit and they play corrupt. And I'm that quote that quite said really good say take it back. I maintain my statement. I can never take it back.
Are you saying your colleagues are corrupt? And this is the same thing the speaker said.
I stand by my statement. The statement made.
They are concerned about castigating the house.
What you call they also that someone that got good character. We talk about castigation. They hustle there somewhere. They hustle become an embarrassment to the Liberian people. My statement made inside there that lawmakers are corrupt. I stay my it. I can never reverse it. And now I wonder what I should reverse it. I can reverse it. We need it for money.
The speaker said there are 17 members who can take action against you.
Let it go ahead.
Let
it go ahead.
When you continue this,
if I would be expelled for saying that Joseph Walker took the Liberian poll $10 million, he has become an embarrassment of growth to go build property in local. Then we have challenged him.
Have you received your
I have not. I have not received the number 10,000 and the port. That's the reason why we're calling for executive to know what happened to the port development money. Then that man can't talk about that man that call himself presiding Retekun can't talk about when you go outside you criticize. I live in your house. Do I live with Retekun? I want to go to the town woman's office.
Yeah, you go into your
Do I live with Retekun? I don't live with Retekun.
He's a speaker.
My man, that is General for man. What God speaker? He's a speaker. Is he a correct speaker? He's a crooked speaker. That's what I said. And I'm making my statement. Like Retekun is a crooked speaker. I will not regret my statement. I can reverse it. And I challenge him. I challenge whosoever that want to take action. I'm making that Retekun is a crook. Now that is what I'm saying. I'm making that Retekun is a rogue.
You are risking expulsion.
But the capital being in my living room.
You want to be expelled?
The speaker gave a mandate.
I need to say what?
Nobody, no lawmaker should discuss legislative activities outside of session.
I'm discussing it now. I'm discussing it now. The Constitution says it's the right of the public to know. We have to respect the Constitution of this country. The people need to know. We were setting silent do things that brought our senior by the people of this country. Not by Retekun. Never Retekun.
But they get power to expel you.
But then go ahead. When are they starting it tomorrow?
You sound feared. You sound so feared.
Bossman, I'm working for the Liberian people. I'm the only Liberian in the country that brought government to power. After 1 week, I said I don't want to be the road. I don't want to be a road that people have left them. Show me one Liberian and I do it. They will say they become criminals like them. Joseph Walker is a rogue. He said when I create this house, right, I'm making a Joseph Walker is a rogue. I can never reverse that statement. If that statement will be the end of my being representative of this country, so be it.
Are you tired of being a representative?
I'm not tired. We came here to speak. Lawmaking is advocacy. Lawmaking is advocacy. And now that is why they are afraid of. They don't want to talk. Why you don't want to talk? Why do you plan about district number 10? You can't give me the 50,000 US. You can't give me the 37,000. How do I do development in my district? Should I take my salary that me and my family are supposed to eat? No! My salary for me and my family, not for the poor district number 10. Thank you.
Let's move on to the next pointer. This is the next talking point.
The report has come in. There is an indication that yes, indeed, the victim was temporarily. The report has come in. There is an indication that yes, indeed, the victim was temporarily. So immediately, the victim was temporarily. 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 That yes, indeed, the victim was temporarily. So immediately, the Ministry of Gender and Social Protection, the Ministry of Justice, the prosecutors, and the Liberian National Police investigators have been going back and forth. Fortunately, this particular area is covered by CCTV camera, so the investigators are going on the scene to review the footage of the camera to try to corroborate the statement of the victim. In order for an arrest to happen, you have to establish probable cause. Anytime you hear say the police pick up somebody for rape, in order for an arrest to happen, you have to establish probable cause. In order for an arrest to happen, you have to establish probable cause. In order for an arrest to happen, you have to establish probable cause. In order for an arrest to happen, you have to establish probable cause. Anytime you hear say the police pick up somebody for rape, that means we have immediately established that we have the prima facie immediately on hand and we make the arrest. More so, we got only 48 hours to hold people. The mathematical calculation for legal detention gives us 48 hours. More so, we got only 48 hours to hold people. The mathematical calculation for legal detention gives us 48 hours. More so, we got only 48 hours to hold people. The mathematical calculation for legal detention gives us 48 hours. More so, we got only 48 hours to hold people. The mathematical calculation for legal detention gives us 48 hours. This is a delicate investigation. We have to make sure we certify all of the parameters to make sure we got things right. This minister is currently in this building. He's sitting with team answering different questions. This minister is currently in this building. He's sitting with team answering different questions at this particular point in time. This minister is currently in this building. He's sitting with team answering different questions at this particular point in time. This minister is currently in this building. He's sitting with team answering different questions at this particular point in time. While it is true that he has not been arrested for his ongoing investigation, while it is true that he has not been arrested for his ongoing investigation, while it is true that he has not been arrested for his ongoing investigation at this particular point in time. While it is true that he has not been arrested for his ongoing investigation on a daily basis. So, I mean, it's like you say, it's special because it has gotten way more public attention than most of the other cases that go through the same process. We want to reassure the public that nobody, there's absolutely no one in this country who's above the law. Contrary to what people believe that because this man is a deputy minister, that is the reason why he has not been arrested. It's so far from the truth.
That is the truth. That is 5,000% the truth. It is over, people. It is over. Today, the police director gave the final conference. He nailed the nail on the coffin of this case, bringing it to a closure, that they found absolutely nothing to implicate this man. Nothing, absolutely. Everything. He even went further to say all of the machines to do the DNA and other stuff damage. That's what he said. Damage. So they could not do. Please, you get ready to pick up the contradictions. The girl, the father, the mother, they have to be arrested, prosecuted. When the law requires jail, they must go to jail. Again, Unity Party messed it up here. They got it wrong. The police chief say nothing, absolutely. All the investigation points to nothing to bring Brian McGill. The news conference he gave 2 weeks ago, he said every investigation they did point that McGill was never around there as claimed that he was at the ministry. He wasn't. The alleged incident took place at the ministry, we are told. So if the investigators would tell us that McGill wasn't there, then the investigation should be telling us, should be giving us a suspect that allegedly raped. If not, then it means that the girl and her pa and man, they decided to lie on McGill, and then it was arresting because they damaged McGill's character. So they should be arrested, investigated, and sent to jail. So who raped the girl? Why did the police? How did Gregory Coleman answer? The police, oh God. And the man said the investigation showed that the girl was tampered with. They were doing further investigation. They were looking for prima facie. The man was with them. The man isn't above the law. He said all of those. Now he comes to tell us today that they found nothing to move and arrest this man, bring him under police custody before anything like court and jail. The police chief said nothing, no DNA stuff, nothing absolutely. That's what he said. He said the investigators found no incriminating evidence against suspended Deputy Minister Bryant McGill following an analysis of the mobile phone. So all the other ones, he said, simply put, Chief, McGill, you free, man. That's what the police director said today. All that he said. I'm just putting it in a nutshell. Say, my man, you're free, go. You are our partisan. We're not disgrace you. That 10 years in jail. We're not sit here as a party and allow you to go to 10 years in jail. The police director, listen to the man. Oh, I wish I had the opportunity to listen to that guy again who Israel had on his show this morning. That guy is a professional police officer. Those are the kind of people that we need. That guy is an expert. You can tell that guy gave a dichotomy between Unity Party political police and what a police force is. From his explanation, you can tell LNP is Unity Party police, political police, everything about it are politics. And truly, you've seen it. Listen to the police director before today's news conference that today Sando Kroma is in jail. The police director did not say in this one they were looking for prima facie. The investigators looking for this. The investigator looking for that. He did not say that the machines were damaged. He immediately sent this man to court. The court immediately sent this Sando guy to jail. Listen to the police director explanation. Too premature and elementary.
Unfortunately, a lot of people believe that once somebody cry rape, you're supposed to be picked up immediately and arrested. The case involving the deputy minister, it hasn't been given no other preferential treatment. Here, the police, unlike the constitutional authority of the police, we have to establish prima facie before we can file a case to court. And we're not working independently, we're working with the prosecutors. We don't have anything to take to court at this particular point in time. As soon as probable cause is established, the suspect is immediately arrested.
Chief, go to Sando.
That's Sando. Different. In the case of the suspect that was sent to court, we have over 3 persons coming up to actually put themselves on record. That I saw this person in this man's house. I escorted this person to this man's house.
The chief investigator of the Republic of Liberia, the police inspector general, apart from his administrative nature, security-wise, he is the chief security officer, just like you have the chief medical doctor. That person is seasoned. That person knows the in total of everything, operation, the medical stuff, and all the kind of stuff. The chief of security, the inspector general of police, is feeding on, say, what people dash on him, and he took it as prima facie evidence. Immediately sent Sando to jail. But he wasn't feeding on the information that was coming. The prolonged aid, the brought in all kinds of delays because this man, J. Brian McGill, is a Unity Party diehard and one of the sons of Joseph Yuma Boakai. But God there, yeah, listen, police inspector general, that man, I see, look, I like that guy, Israel Breuer, this morning, man. What? That guy is seasoned. That man far educated in security than Gregory Coleman and all the people. Gregory Coleman, your political people, then regime kind of hang on and put in there. But he didn't know anything about security. How we know about security far better than Gregory Coleman. I will feel. You see, the same people who can be telling us as journalists, they say, oh, don't rely on hearsay. Yeah, there are two sides to the story. You must always go behind. Don't just take what people say and you run with it. Yeah, is the police director feeding on what somebody said or people said, and then he indicted the man, sent him to court. The court too sent him to jail politically. The people sitting down in South Beach. What become of that? Because he's not a part of Unity Party. The man who is part of Unity Party, they tried to protect him and they protected him. But God Almighty, who does not sleep, God in heaven says, if truly Brian McGill tamper with that girl and they protect him, God in heaven, the God of justice, the God of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, the God who sees everything and knows everything, that God with exact justice. If Brian McGill did not tamper with that girl and certain people just try to lie on Brian McGill, the God of the universe will exact punishment because he is the God of justice and injustice. He hates injustice. His wrath don't allow it to befall on you. I'm saying it this way because if any Yemen people, they tried the best they can, that's what they wanted. Brian McGill is a diehard supporter of Unity Party. Brian McGill came out. Can you imagine? The male, the suspect, the same thing that woman did. They told journalists, they carried journalists there in the prison. They say Gloria Scott should give her press conference. Daniel Standing there in the jail. Gloria Scott defying people, saying all kinds of things, prisoners. Where you have seen that in the war. Brian McGill comes up couple of days explaining his innocence. That people who lie on him, days with days, dead with that, he's saying all kinds of things. Say, yeah, chief. Because you have the protection of your party. But God is there. Let's conclude with the man said, police director, listen to police chief, as if they alone educated in this place. Other people ain't get sense.
Actually put themselves on record of the suspect that was sent to court. We have over 3 persons coming up to actually put themselves on record.
So why you did not go beyond that to validate, to investigate? Why you go behind, even if they put themselves on record? What is the truity in that? What's the conviction that what they told you has substance that made you to believe because they put themselves on record? How sure are you they told the truth? That they were not saying things against this guy just so he will go and oh man, that's what they call bully. When you hear the expression bully, that's why they bully the police director and the people send Sano to jail.
Themselves on record that I saw this person in this man's house. I escorted this person to this man's house.
Look at police director, Che! Labiro, Ego. I can see why they hate against the police, the anger against the police in this country. Wow.
So we had different people giving us sufficient evidence that we could use.
And he's here. So no evidence in Brian McGill on. But people giving the evidence. So what the people told them, they believe it. Went for this man. Sent him to court in no time. The political judge too, pam. Sent him to jail. They've been sitting down in South Beach. Sano family, you don't worry, God will fight on your behalf. God there, God knows, God sees everything. I know you're grieving.
In this case, the case of Minister Brian McGill, we have reviewed everything. We've spoken to all of the securities who work on the 2 days that he's being accused of. Not one of them can place him on the scene of this crime. We have also gone beyond just the security, just in case all of them are compromised, to look at the CCTV footage of their facility. The CCTV footage does not even put him on the scene of the crime on any of the days. We took it one step further. We decided that let's pray for his core law and get the analysis of this law so that we can see where he was connected. Like, because if as you move from point to point, you connect to different cell towers. We got the numbers. The court gave us the warrant. We got the 2 numbers. We looked at them. From what the numbers are saying, the towers you were connected to at the time that a victim claimed that this particular incident occurred, it puts him at a completely different era. All of the different times.
So where is that area it put Brian McGill now? Let's agree, for discussion's sake, we agree that Brian McGill wasn't there. The camera put him in different place. The investigators found that he wasn't there. All the people you spoke to, he wasn't there. So where did they put him? Then who raped the girl? You call yourself police director in a real society, you down. So who raped this girl? Because you damaged Brian McGill's character. You damaged the character of the girl, of the mother, the father. And if the mother and the father took money for this, the government tried to influence them to mute themselves. God there. Except you people are not Christians. If you people are Christians, except you people don't have conscience. If the man tempered with the girl and you know that he tempered with your daughter, but the political investigation turned it around because he is a Unity Party partisan. They protected him from going to 10 years in jail. Nobody wants McGill to go to jail. No, we're not saying that. Let the investigation be impartial. Let it not be imputed with politics. Let politics now. The same treatment should go for everybody. The same prima facie you're looking for here, you say the man is not guilty. That same prima facie you should have looked for it in Sando and other people. But less than no time you send the people to jail. And you say people told you that they saw the man going in your house. So anybody going in a lady house, you better be careful. Men, you better be careful. Yaka. Because when anybody say they see you going in a lady house, the lady, somebody say the man temper with that girl, before the lady can even speak, you insult Bishop, police will come for you.
Nowhere is he attached to this. So we decided, we said, okay, let's go to at the time that a victim claimed that this particular incident occurred, it puts him at a completely different era. All of the different times, nowhere is he attached to this. So we decided, we said, okay, let's go one step further, because with the data from the cell phone company, it will tell you which tower you're connected to. But if you go into the phone itself and follow the GPS coordinate tracking from the phone, you're able to place it at exact location. So we asked the suspect, we said, we're praying to the court for a warrant to have access to your phone. He said, you don't even need to get a court warrant. I want to turn my phone on immediately. So we said, no, I said a lawyer should reduce it to writing and it should turn the phone. The lawyer said, we're doing it immediately.
I'm not see you, man. Shut up. Y'all share the show. Yeah, y'all please share the show. Share it as many times as you people can. Let's talk this one and then we can have you having your say. And the women. The women, this is to the women. The women. Some women, let me not say women, but even if I say women, I'm just referencing the gender. Within that gender, they are sound, intelligent, refined women. Within that category also, within that gender category, there are women who are loose. And I'm not mixing my words on this. Loose, don't care, reckless. A loose, don't care, reckless person, male, female, is that person who doesn't value his or her character or reputation, who puts himself into put herself into the public in petty things that will drag her character in the mud and even affect him or her in the future. A woman values herself. And in fact, let me spiritualize this briefly. Do you know that God places so much emphasis on the woman, and he treats the woman with extra care than the men? Have you seen that? Let me go back to this rape issue a little. There were a couple of rapes or alleged in the Bible. And less than no time, God, with due diligence, took side with the women. Hold on to that. We'll try to develop a talk so that you will see. God valued women. But most women don't value themselves. Not valuing yourself is you just don't know who you are. And when you allow the atmosphere to control you, all because it is politically charged and you want to be heard, or you think you know about this person, or because other people are saying this about your interest, and we find ourselves in the world of technology, so you think that you can get attention, that you can be a celebrity to attract attention, you damage yourself going further. I am referencing what some women are doing on social media. A connection with some politicians, business people, religious leaders, all people of society. This other person is this, the other person that, and I know more about this person. You don't hear men stooping so low to that. You only find that with women. And they lose once. You have one cell phone, you get it set, and talking how that other man this, that other man this, and the other person that. And you think you're damaging that person. You women who in that, you have to stop that. Listen, a celebrity is a celebrity. There is no way you can damage a celebrity. You damage yourself because you below the line. You are nothing. You get on social media and just saying all kinds of things, making different kinds of videos, and that person this, that person that this, the other politician this, and I know more about you, and more coming up. And when you yourself, you know who in this time is clean. Most of you women, you know that you're in some funny things. So some of your colleagues now have started bringing your thing in also. Then you're getting vet. And your interest, you know that you're attached to certain people. So the reason I thought to share it because I saw bias. It is the bias that led me to talk about it, but I did not see it as anything worth of talking. But because of the political bias, they were saying a certain group of women will come up saying certain things against certain opposition politicians, lambasting and talking all kinds of things, going into their house, their personal life, and all that kind of stuff. They were not saying anything that it is wrong. But when the people, the women now who are supporters of those politicians, they started to counter-react. And their reaction became so strong because they started connecting some people. They started talking about lesbian. That, oh, so the guys on top that women in the country, they are lesbian. Eh? They in top that position. Oh, the kind of thing that was saying, hey. Then we heard about lawsuit. Oh. Then we heard one other one. All along when they were lambasting those opposition politicians, they didn't come out to say this is wrong for women. Oh. But because it started branching up, and you know when you're moving, then you branch on this lane. So they start going into their interests, going in their pathway. Oh, then they say, this is wrong. Women should not do that. But from the onset, you don't say anything. Because it was going, the missiles, the bullets were going at those politicians, those opposition politicians. You were enjoying it. But when the ladies now who are friends of these politicians, they started opening the closets of the other people now, they start connecting. Oh, they say the other one are lesbian, the other one do the John, they say they're putting things together to go to court. Hey man, I wish y'all can do that though. Because I wish y'all can do that. Y'all go to court. So we hear plenty things with no people, we know the lesbians. They tapped up brass then the lesbian. That's what God said. God said in Matthew 7, now what it's all about. If you think speck is in your brother's eye and you're mocking him, you're saying all manner of things against him. Not bad though. That person may not react to you, but that person has supporters who will then look in your eye and say you have speck too. Yeah, it's your speck, or these are your specs. That what happening now. So the guys on top that women in the country, that lesbians, oh, I say this social media, yeah, a depot. I can only advise you women, you stop that. You stop. Technology is good. But technology brings the fool and the clown of you. And technology allows you to regret. You enjoy it. But your stupor, your insensitivity will lead you into something. And then you say, if I know. This break, when we come back, we take your calls. This break, let us go. That's how they want us to think, but we aren't. Mr. SG, or Mr. IG, we are not stupid. But we aren't. No, we aren't stupid. We know that they know, and they know that we know. Okay. So let's turn to you. But before then, all right, let's hold on. Let's read some of the comments as quickly as I can. J. Niels Bengba, he said, you can be in a glass house and throw stone. Yes. Everybody has their bot. And everybody is connected to somebody somehow. And everybody knows this society we in is small. It's small. People have to be very careful. Yeah. Miata Dan. She says, Sam, you sound so funny. Watching from my office computer. Oh, yeah. But the one we're hearing and we're reading and we're watching. So you get tapped out women there. So that Lola kind of way, they say that lesbian. Hey, God. Hey, God. Yeah, this society, yeah. Corporate widow. Is there? I am surprised the women groups are no longer speaking out, all because it's not we are, AFL and UN women, ECOWAS women, U.S. Embassy. What are you not speaking? No, tell the U.S. Embassy from there. AFL, UN women, ECOWAS women, yeah, they used to be 24/7 with all the press conferences and press releases. No, Josephus, when we're ready for certain things, that's what we can do that. Yeah. City Geeks say this police IG is a disgrace to the LNP. Whereas Philip Nangwe said God will punish Coleman for protecting this rapist called McGill. Matthew Cholo Play say, I hope one day someone else will rape that the police IG daughter. But you get my yeah, we get my Emmanuel A. Payne say my question and problem with this entire case is why are we focusing our investigation only on CCTV? But it's that ain't not the main part. Yeah. Stephen Yakare say TikTok police IG. Gabriel West, this entire government is a fraud. Benson Debbie Victor, this police IG is still going back to his old line. We are tired with that. Mark Zuckerberg, T. Mark Zuckerberg, Regime Speaker Richard Cohn, get ready for Honorable Koluba on Thursday, session day again, because he will come back with fire. Oh yeah, the man back in the country. He been out of the country for a while. So he back. Man, first day. Yeah. All right. Navarros M, good to have you all. Hope that you are faring well. Good to see you, my dear brother. Great. So let's get to the line and then we take a couple of calls and then we go home. Yeah. CDC. We'll talk. After everything, we'll talk CDC, the pace setter. Let's go. 0772 23 99 33 0886. Is it on 0777 9803 75? Let's go. You are on, Chief.
Yeah, good afternoon, Semanju.
Good afternoon.
Yes, Sam, this is the voice of Tabu Rasta. I'm joining the show from Point 4. This is unique conversation from Point 4 to be specific from a geographical location in Zimbabwe. Same place they say, hey, they want us to be stupid. They want us to think stupid. But look, Sam, let me tell you, we are not stupid. And let me tell you, the reason we are not stupid? Sam?
I'm listening to you.
Thank you. And I want to ask you, because the Brembo listening, I want to know if the Brembo voted for Brian Magee or voted for Brother Kuma. Who they voted for? Tell who they voted for. Please tell who they voted for.
All right, Chief. Thank you.
Okay, listen, Sam.
Hello.
Hello, Andrew.
Hello.
How you doing, Andrew?
Fine.
Yeah, this is Mom recording from State Franco. Andrew, that police ID. I don't know. But Papa, I don't know whether those people receive money from those people. Because if they not receive money from those people, then I will not carry her. She know what to do. Maybe she can't go to church. She know how to get on her knees to fast and pray. But if it was me, ever since I finished with that case and gave my heavenly Father, I was going to make my daughter to make it herself 3 days and cry to God and sue that man. Then myself get on my knees. Then the beat is straight. I mean, she know what to do, or they receive money from the people. But somebody will rape their children too. Even the man, they will rape their daughter. I too best.
Yeah, the police director say nothing, or they're nothing they found. So it means that the police are on my gate.
Why you will say, Andrew? Why you will say? Because he covering the man up.
The Unity Party man, the Boaka's son.
Yes, a Boaka's son. So nothing that the country will run. The country will have it yet.
That the man I went. That the president I went to the opening of the Supreme Court a few days, and he's talking about the law, judicial reform, all kind of things. You see it.
God will help also.
Yeah.
That one day we'll be free from the people here. God will help us.
Sure.
Yeah, but I pray it shouldn't happen to people again. I pray. But nothing will happen, St. Andrew. They will go ahead. They will kill, they beat, they jail, they crush anything think about the devil that the characteristic that Eden. So the other four here for God in heaven. God in heaven. God will judge. He's the best judge. He will fight for that innocent child.
Okay.
Thank you, Father.
Hello? Hello? Hello?
You voted for Boaga. He told us he will not do business as usual. But what we're seeing, brother, is frustrating. You know what I mean? Police who's supposed to be there to protect life, but then you call the police who's supposed to control safety, then you call the Then I chat to the police. Then it's scary.
Okay.
Well, thank you, man. Thank you, Chief.
Hello? Hello?
Good afternoon, Mr. Andrews.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, thank you so much. Mr. Andrews, I'm Spencer Mohammed, and I call for my Purple Corner, down Coast Spoon Hill, Western Community. Mr. Andrews, I'm getting spread about what is happening in our country. In our country today, I think this country is being dragged into a totalitarian regime. And the House of Legislature, the monster is gradually creeping into the House of Legislature. And the executive, we have nurturing another dictator. Our country is going down the drain. How can a Speaker of the House tell their friend what to say and when and where to speak? Is he censoring the relationship, the free speech of the other people? Is he telling us that he wants to control the movement of the legislature? Hey, God. Yes, he got criticized President Weah. They said they were going to run a responsible government. But what we are seeing today, their guys are running a country like a K2 student. In my mind, the country is on a dangerous path, and we Liberians need to rise up to say no to this creepy dictatorship in our country. Andrew, thank you. The times are insufficient and the times are limited. And we cannot say, we need to give chance to our brothers to make their point. But our country is going down the drain under this quote-unquote 42 years experience. Thank you very much for always giving us the opportunity to make our brothers on national issues. Thank you.
Hello? Hello? Hello?
Hello. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, that's Edmund Carr. I'm the visually impaired. I keep walking through the fire to deliver. You know, the last time when the police actually started explaining how that is press conference talking about investigation was done and nothing was seen and they were still investigating. We knew that it was sure, you know. Just a disabled person in my country. He was found guilty of rape and he locked behind bar for 25 years. You know? But when it comes to the United Party folks, to protect their own, and this protection that he feel that he has done well for my girl going to live with a girl. But there is a God that will fight that battle. So he confirmed that the little girl was tempered with. So can he now go further to determine who tempered with the little girl? As I said the last time, the little girl remained consistent. She is not intimidated by her presence or the presence of the police RG, the presence of the general ministry official. She continuously remains consistent. So the question is, if she was planted to destroy Brian Magay, then where did they come from? Did they come from her father? Or who did that? So there are many questions that the police RG need to answer. Then he just is standing there explaining, and indicting himself. You see, when we go to the legislators, I want to have said that this prayer in 2029, no, we allow God will to be done. Because you heard that you want to tell me the thing that the executive is doing. That once you are in the power of the executive, how dare you speak out? Everything, keep it to yourself. So they are not taking that to the legislature and the regime speaker. They're now saying, talk here in plenary. When you go outside, don't say anything. But we know men are on ground and they are going to hold him responsible for what he do. Thank you, sir.
Hello.
Yeah, good afternoon, Sam Andrew.
Good afternoon.
And good afternoon to the lovely people of Lofa Country. My name is Mohammed Dondo Fofana Jr. And I call from the Somalia job. To be specific, I'm not factual. But Somalia Jews, I want to talk on those women that on social media, that are always doing, things that they know that they will not stand the tensions. You post a post, you come on the social media and castigate somebody, you fail to realize that that person that is castigating, they have a followers on the same social media. You cannot come and sit on the social media or castigate my personal where and you allow me to sit and leave you just go free. I will engage you politically. That's the reason why on social media today these people are are jittering, because you come on for you throw right, then you hide your hand. If you throw right you behind glass, yeah, surely I want to throw right that glass on the boss. So we are on the social media. No retreat, no surrender.
Okay, Chief. Thank you so much. Have a nice day. Hello.
Yeah, hello, sir.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. My name is Masa. I'm calling from Broadville. I've been laughing there now. You start saying, oh, they lesbian, they women, they BB women. I didn't know you had you do
that the way they be saying it all the days. So we just been giving Crossy.
I think that being a system for time.
Yeah, I know.
And they both are in it. They get married. To him men just for call up.
No, they say the one that came out. They say that government people there, government.
They inside schools. Wow, they run. We will be around here for a long time. We know, and for Godway, I just want to tell God, everyone, why are you behaving like this? So you want to tell me after the government, you run away to go America again to go Sudan or to go Ghana to Sudan or is not buying? So one government would not come at all for you to sit down with your people in a country. Every time you run away and go, then what you doing? You come and go again. They play too small. They play too small. That's somebody man. I am above with the press conference. I'm more like I said, no, this is not a government that I know. The police officer from Howard, I think that here. Anyway, thank you. I will watch and see.
Okay. Have a nice day, Mama. Hello.
Yeah, good afternoon, Mr. Sam Andrew.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, I'm Peter W. Castle, cover under the street light in Lower Johnsonville. Thank you for the fascinating discussion. Mr. Sam Andrew, Koglu Kuma is a police inspector general, but his action that clearly demonstrated that he's and coordinate the lawyer for Brian McGill, and that's completely unfortunate on his part. You cannot come on the public glare to market your ignorance, to the public. How will you be talking about prima facie when other people were and allegedly arrested by you, Godfrey Kuma? Is Brian McGill case different from other people that you allegedly arrested? These are people that can create an instability and uprising in the country. And let me say this to President Boakai. He cannot dismiss Godfrey Kuma. This man is going to bring your government down. Absolutely doesn't ask. The guy is grossly incompetent. He does not understand anything about the security operation. And lastly, with the issue of Rachel Kun, I think Rachel Kun need to elevate your thinking horizon. Your police, they are not your case. It is your case that you cannot determine what for them to say. And I really admire Yeka Korba response. Honorable Yeka Korba has become the legislative professor for Rachel Kun. Rachel Kun, who is a professor at the University of Liberia, does not even read their standing rule. You know what the legislative standing rule says? It says every discussion that you make over there, every legislation that's been passed, the legislature should disseminate and communicate with their district. Then you sit over there, you say, oh, you should not discuss legislative matter in the public. That's complete meta depletion. And you need to elevate thinking horizon and this guy They are very much incompetent. He's not even to be a lawmaker or even a speaker. Thank you very much.
Okay. All of the guys over there, the 73, just so you know, the 73 lawmakers, the speaker, inclusive of the 73, are equal. They are all equal. The 73, all of them were elected. The law says there should be a presiding officer. Being a presiding officer does not make you any different from the rest of the people or lord over the people. This is what people, it's just like the pastor. You see, the pastor before the congregation, the only difference is just so the people will see the pastor. But the pastor and the congregation, everybody the same. Presiding officer, anywhere, a person who presiding over a meeting, the only difference is somebody has to preside, but it doesn't elevate that person to a lord. No. The 73, they are all equal. Rachel Kuhn is not superior than any one of the 72. Tomo Fala is not superior than any one of the 71. Put the 73 together, they are all equal. Equal. The law says somebody must preside. That person who presides is called the speaker. It doesn't make him any different from the rest of his colleagues. So your Unity Party people, you regime speaker, stick that in your hair, dull as you are. They only gave you that phonetic cover was best on that floor. You saw how phonetic cover used to handle the floor? Tension used to be on that floor 24/7. But you never heard phonetic cover engaging people, insulting them. You never, not a single day. This country does not have a record of phonetic cover as speaker, even before phonetic cover sitting on that seat to say, if you think you rule, I rule more than you, ready to fight. We've never saw it. Only the regime speaker would say, now you stoop so low. All of you people are equal. No one is higher than any colleague over there. Know that. You say you're teaching University of Liberia, you know that one. It's just a privilege. It is just a privilege. Being a presiding officer, it is only a privilege. You and the guys are equal. The pastor who stands before the congregation to explain, the pastor and the congregation are all equal. It is only a privilege that the pastor has to stand before the people. So everybody sees the pastor, but the pastor ain't no different from the rest of the people. Any presiding officer ain't no different from the rest of the people. It's just a privilege that you stand or you sit and preside. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, let's hear you. Yeah.
This is the Common Board Chairman, and I'm Peter Side, Johnny from Socrates, the chauffeur. Mr. Andrew, the man is a regime speaker, so he doesn't know that our speaker is just first and more equal. He's just first and more equal. He doesn't know that. But that is not my point. My point here is, you know, if you can take two, don't throw stones. When you live in a glass, you don't throw stones. When you can take blow, don't throw blow. No, there's nobody who are going to cause stone to just speaking, lose the position, and then people keep mute and look at them. So if they are, you know, they are additional, the seed are on the top, we are stuck here, so we just listen to this. So that's why it getting to them. So I like the way the heat is going. I like the fight. Let it Lisa continue to fly. Let them know, and those so-called moralists who were nowhere in the past, so long you were not moralist yesterday, you cannot be moralist today. You cannot change the rule of the game in the middle of the game. And I'll close by saying this, Mr. Andrews, Liberia is not a country of law again. Sadly, Liberia has become a Haiti in Africa. They see when you see Port-au-Prince, the capital of Haiti, where there is no law and order, the height is gone. And before where some leaders carry on corruption massively, disrespecting the rule of law.
The code was being used by politicians. Today, rule of law is broken down. So that's how we are going. We are creeping into our silent dictatorship. Black guy is now a real not dictator. That is how it's going all around. Why will you look at or speaker saying others who were voted like him? You didn't care the people that they are not an employee. They voted for you, they voted for them. They say they should not speak. Who gave that right to tell them that they should not speak when you were elected as you were elected? And then when Mr. Andrew, thanks for your time, for your platform. At least let me get all about you. Thank you.
Right, sir. Thank you. Nice one. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mr. Andrew, St. Andrew, this is Jeremiah JP with Foundation number 3. Oh, my brother, we don't have to be surprised. Everything that is going on here now, under this Blatter administration, Blatter is aware of everything. Because even sometimes I hear other people saying, oh, Gregory Common will support the state government. Everything that Gregory Common do is a direct instruction for the president himself. He knows about everything that Gregory Common can do after. So now, even the regime people they have over there, anything that you see him do in our house, it is instruction from the president, or the president is aware of it, that the way he wants for the president, for the people to perform in that particular area, that how you perform. So we don't have to be surprised. Well, when they give us the chance that Waka should be president, for Liberian people to get to know that everything that Waka said against we are yesterday, it was never we are attitude. But it was he, the very Waka man attitude. So God brought him on board for Liberian people to see with their 2 eyes that Waka is not a lack of leadership. In lack of leadership, you don't even have no wisdom of leadership. But brother, we tell God thank you that everyone seeing it now and we will know how to move that in this country. So thank you very much for your opportunity.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah.
Sir Andrew, how are you?
I'm fine, I'm fine. Thank God. And you?
I'm fine. This is A.B. Kari. I'm calling for Jamaica Road. Basotan. So what do we expect? When the current president was in opposition at that time campaigning, and so what happened in Lopa country? The one case men were murdered. People were killed in Lopa. So he came about what he did. He never investigated that matter. The way he convicted President Gukuro Buzu's car was set free. The Supreme Court ruled. The don't take the Supreme Court order, he violated it. He's breaking all the laws. So what do we expect, say Andrew? If Meto, he was done with the devil, and these are the attributes of the devil. What do we expect from him, man? And told that he was done with the devil. So all these things are going on, say Andrew, is what we expected from him, because he said he was done with the devil. You see how the country going? The man they're respecting the rule of law, breaking all the laws. Say Andrew, let me get all the people to call, man.
All right, AB. Hello. You went up, Chief. All right. You did extremely well. Thank you all. Fatou Konen, I'm very surprised at Mr. Kohn for his statement, because 73 lawmakers were elected by their citizens, that they would say what they would say to their people and why they shouldn't discuss issues outside that. What would they report to their people? Right, Fatou. Nice one. Isaac M. Dolo. What President Walker, when President Walker time finished, the IG will run away, but we will chase him and bring him back to go to jail. Kamasaki. Who get time for those funny women? Yaka. Yeah, that's turn, man. Let's turn to the pace setter. Yeah, let's turn to pace setter George Mane Weah. Yes, the pace setter.
Soweto, Maipuye, Iliberia, Maipuye, Jovia, Deble.
Trigger.
Aha, y'all want it, bro. The punch giant ready to take over.
Like
Y'all want it, Robbie, Papa, come here again. Y'all want it, Ro, Papa, Georgie, come here again. Y'all want it, Ro, Mama, Joe, come here again. Who want it, Ro, City, come here again. Now they walk on giant, come here soon.
Yeah, truly. Again, that's the key word. That all I want you people to grab or catch. Again, that's the key word. Again.
I'm telling Nigerians and citizens to be hopeful. Live the life. This is our time.
Exactly. Yeah, seditions, be hopeful. I'm telling seditions to be hopeful. Yes. But hope goes with action. And the action is seen by George Weah. Did you get that? I'm telling seditions to be hopeful. There is the again. And we are on the roll to the again. Be hopeful on the roll while actions are taking place.
This one a real one. Who Yankee? I'm a real sick a long time. Do record. Mash up the place.
Okay, you're not able to take care of Babu Nebu. You're not able to boss the rata Babu Nebu.
That what will happen 2029. Bwaka will come down. Take it or leave it. The reality.
I'm feeling the vibes with
Download every song at original.
Johnny be the problem.
All people call you well. Some people call you Paromelis. Someone else call you Country Giant. For me, I'll call you. Mama like me where heavy sin. The mother with me heavy sin. Yana wanna heavy sin. This people heavy sin. You're like heavy sin. You're like for heavy sin. I will call you heavy sin.
Right. Look at his life. Everything associated with it. You see God footprint. You see God ordering his steps. Isn't it clear? Everything. Just look at it. Then you come to the destruction of the headquarters. Everything God is in front. When God, the expression heaven sent, God does not send without going ahead. When he sends, he goes ahead. He told Jeremiah, I will go ahead of you to get started. Everybody that he sent with the expression God sent, he never leaves. He comes along the way. And that's why he said, when you're facing adversity, it hurts from a human perspective, but I'm with you. Don't give up. In the fullness of time, you will celebrate.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. All the way, they brought yellow my ship. They break it down. They was clapping their hands. They was stealing things. They was ghosting my. Oh, what a happy day. people. The course they leave them, let them go fix their thing. But they were very old just to break it down. Now they break it down. Somebody not go crazy, somebody not die, no way. So anything happen, bunch of foolish people. Citizen, 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 all the way. Oh, citizen, 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 oh yeah, citizen, all the way. Citizen is for the people. Ain't I in bed and ain't I in the house, ain't in their hearts, and they carrying it. No yellow machine can't take it from them. Now yeah, it's here. We finish getting land, we finish getting money. We come and break the ground to start putting against your line. Citizen, all the way. They brought yellow my ship. They break it down. They was clapping their hands. They was stealing things. They was cursing my. Oh, what a happy day for those stupid people. The course they leave them, let them go fix their thing. But they were very old just to break it down. Now they break it down. Somebody not go crazy, somebody not die, no way. So anything happen, bunch of foolish people. Citizen, 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 all the way. Oh, citizen, 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 oh yeah, citizen, all the way. Citizen is for the people. Ain't I in bed and ain't I in the house, ain't in their hearts, and they carrying it. No yellow machine can't take it from them. Now yeah, it's here. We finish getting land, we finish getting money. We come and break the ground to start putting against. So let's go break our ground. Let's go make them shake. Together we are strong. CDC, we are supreme. Let me just tell you something, a new belt, it will be a rainbow of true democracy and the people's mind. CDC will show the world what it means to be supreme. So let's go break our ground. Let's go make them shake. Together we are strong. CDC, we are supreme. Breaking ground, breaking ground. Atuba, 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 atuba,
Beautiful. Inspiring, yes, is the right word. You wouldn't be convinced if anybody told you it was produced in Liberia by Liberians and seditionists. It sounds Jamaican. It has that Jamaican beat. The lyrics, fine, very fine. Fine song. Yeah, fine song. Fine song. Listen carefully. Have you listened to Jamaican Lovers Rock and Jamaican beat? Similar, if not same. Fine, very fine. Fine, fine.
All the way, they brought yellow my ship. They break it down. They were clapping their hands.
The guy is a Jamaican. The guy is good. Yeah, is he a Jamaican? I like to see him. He's good. Yeah, I like the boy. Purely, it sounds purely Jamaican.
They brought yellow my shit. They break it down. They was clapping their hands. They was stealing things. They was cursing my. Oh, what a happy day for those stupid people. The course they live.
I like this part. But it's stupid people. Yes. This is an award-winning song. Politically, it's an award-winning song. You know, the party people, you know how to produce one because they stole something. I come and share with you.
They leave. Let them go fix their thing. But they were very old just to break it down. Now they break it down. Somebody now go crazy. Somebody not die. No way. So anything happen. Bunch of foolish people. Citizens. All the way.
Okay, time is of the essence. You ain't learn how to dance this one year. The other song you can dance it like how you that normal CDC song or song they want it different. There's a special way you can dance this song. You ask me for the formula, I make sure to you. You know, they want to listen. Other one you can dance any kind of way. Songs are not just dance, or you don't dance to a song with the same style. If you look at the culture, almost all the African songs, look at the people dancing, the same thing. They sing the same style. Everybody dancing the same way. They want a different, it's different from this one here. And there? They want different. It's different from this. It's different from this one. This one is different from this one.
String. Aha, y'all want it, bro. The punch giant ready to take over. Like y'all want it, Robbie, Papa coming again. Y'all want it, Papa Georgie coming again.
So the way you dance these songs, not the same way you dance this one. Listen how it is produced. Watch the wordings. Follow the beat. It's completely different. So if you only know your kind of make sure I'll show you from between 9 and Friday, you get to know it good, real good. You see. That's not a song that you go with high. It's not a high tempo song, so you're not going to be straining yourself in less than 2-3 minutes. You're sweating. You're tired. No, it is a little Jamaican mid-tempo. It's not high, not low. So you dance it in because you're mogging now. You're going to mog this song. Yeah, you're going to mog them. So you're not dancing like you're taking exercise. You're jogging. You're jumping all the place. No, it's a cool. Just mid-tempo, just like that. Watch me. It go like this.
On the way. It's for the people. Ain't I in bed, ain't I in the house, ain't in the house, and they carrying it. No yellow machine. Can't take it from there. We finish getting money.
And you see it? That's how you dance a song like this. You go, you follow the beat. Don't just be trailed by the wordings. The wording is good, it's better, but you move according to the beat, the sound. All right. So that's it. All right. Y'all come, I will teach you up before Saturday. Yeah? Yeah. Y'all come to the station, I will teach you. I will show you how to flow with it. George Weah is blessed, and God works with and alongside George Weah. If you know how the tabernacle was carried, the presence of God was ahead of them. The presence of God was behind them. The presence of God was on the two extremes, left and right. That's how the tabernacle was carried. Put this in a political context. That's how God moves with George Weah. He never works without, or he never allows you to do it all yourself. Your readiness is God's willingness, or your willingness is God's readiness to do. And he allows you to be the pace setter. Everyone who God is with, that person becomes the pace setter, meaning God walks alongside that person. That's what he meant when he said, in trial, in adversity, whatever they are doing to you, don't say anything. I know it hurts, it pains, but restrain your anger. Along the way, I will do the rest. I will set a table before your enemies, your table of prosperity, the table of advancement. Moreover, they will learn from you. George Weah, the pace setter. We talked it here before that George Weah will be setting another unprecedented record. The destruction of CDC headquarters, he moved to announce to the whole world that CDC will have its own headquarters in record time. That statement, looking at it carefully, we told you people that George Weah will be the one that people will follow. CDC will be the institution that people will follow. No political party has ever had or has its headquarters or headquarters of its own from 1822. George Weah is setting the pace. Here is it. Did they ever think they were going to have a party headquarters? They said George Weah was in power for 6 years and he did not pay a headquarters. And George Weah was right not to pay a headquarters. Put me there, St. Andrews, I will do the same. I will not dig a single hole. Today, they are saying George Weah's acquisition, the government money, had Weah built CDC headquarters, what do you think they would have said? George Weah is not using government money. CDC headquarters, from you, seditions, from everywhere around the world. You building your own headquarters. Nobody would say that you took government money or the government money you use. George Weah, the pace setter, whether you like it or not, George Weah life is extraordinary. It is beyond human comprehension. People wonder why George Weah would not do this, why George Weah will not come out aggressively to blast why he will not engage into confrontation with people, why George Weah will always say peace, 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 peace. What that tells you, his life was patterned by God. God can raise you up from the lower state. Look at how George Weah came to the limelight from down the line. 0 level. Did not even know that he was going to have a future. God, prep, nurture, model him all the way to the pinnacle of life. Not only that, God imputed wisdom. God's wisdom is when you see things happening to you, tribulations of all kinds, don't say a word. And then he gives you idea, do this, do this. So along the way, they did all manner of things. Unity Party. They said all manner of things against him. Did not utter a word. That's wisdom. When they thought that they needed to do something to get him talking because he was not talking, they arrived at the destruction of his party's headquarters. What wisdom did he show? You'll leave it. Every person, every partisan at the headquarters, right now, you'll go home. Leave them. Let them destroy it. Wisdom. God gave another wisdom. As they destroy, there is rebuilding. You see how God works in a person? You see why he say, let it go? That's how God model you. That's how he order your steps. After he told George Weah to tell the people to leave, wisdom, say, let them go. Then the next thing God came to her, he said, rebuild. It's time for rebuilding. I shared with you yesterday the typology or the same characteristics between Nehemiah rebuilding the wall of Jericho and George Weah rebuilding the wall of CDC headquarters. There is no difference. From day one, Nehemiah was away. George Weah was away. Nehemiah was away when the wall was destroyed. George Weah was away when CDC was destroyed. Nehemiah had to return. George Weah had to return. What was the purpose of Nehemiah return? To rebuild. What the purpose of George Weah return? To rebuild. There was a unified force, what the Englishmen call a synergy, meaning everybody coming together in one accord to help the leader rebuild. See that in Nehemiah. What we find today, what we have today, everybody rallying around George Weah to have the headquarters rebuilt. Just as the people brought the material, so you people are ready to bring your materials. And on we can go. Those who followed the show yesterday, I explained all those characteristics. Who you find there? You see God helping Nehemiah along the way to rebuild. You see that same God with George Weah to rebuild CDC wall that was destroyed. Beyond that point, what happens? People start now to take that person's idea. And that is what Unity Party has done. George, we are the pace setter. It will go down in history that CDC, through its standard bearer and the rest of the people, built its own headquarters. It's all over the world. Unity Party did not go ahead of CDC. Why they were concerned, they occupied themselves with destruction. God gave we the wisdom to construct. See the difference between the two? One is destructive. The other is a builder. Today, Unity Party announced that they will be building their own headquarters. They will be doing a groundbreaking. Who is going to do a groundbreaking on Saturday? George Weah. Buakai has decided to do a groundbreaking. The Unity Party is mimicking George Weah and CDC, meaning they're coming after what George Weah does, Unity Party wants to do. So they are stealing, they are feeding on Weah's wisdom. That's why you don't envy anybody, you don't go, because God himself will blindfold you. So you see how they're stooping so low. They are about to steal government money. They are about to use government money. They're going to use government money to build their headquarters. They announced today through the party chairman that they will be building their own headquarters too, because we are building CDC headquarters. Envy, you see envy? Dog, Unity Party people, stupid. I will say it this way. I'm saying it purposefully. I'm not missing my word. Stupid, envious, wicked people. They felt that by destroying, they planned it. Unity Party people planned it. Joseph Imambaka planned it to destroy, and they did. And they thought it was the end. But this is how God works. Gave you a new, and then he exposed. So you see it? Saturday, groundbreaking. Less than no time, they announced theirs. Why did they not announce their own ever since? George Weah should announce October 18. Then they come to they say they announced December 6th. That government money they're going to use. Blood money, rogue money. That's what they're going to use. At least 6 years, George Weah never took government money to build his party headquarters. They now, the holy ones, the holy of holies, about to steal the people money to build their headquarters. What a shame. You building your headquarters. That is why you ought to be proud of yourselves. You building your headquarters. Seditions from all around the world. They are contributing, and they will continue to contribute. You building the headquarters, not Weah. Weah is just the leader. You are the ones building, just as the picture we saw in Exodus 36, 1-5. Willing heart, they brought materials, so much so that they were more than sufficient. That Hazilia went to Moses, the chief engineer, and said, stop the people, issue a decree. What we need for the construction of the tabernacle, the temple, more. And that's just how it will be. You think God is not stupid. God knows what he does. He planned it. Everything that is happening along from the 1 up to the 18 and beyond, God is with George Weah and CDC. You see God's handprint, footprint in it. You see the spiritual implication. You see it. You see the presence of God. When you envy people and you move to destruction, it's just a matter of time before God exposes you. And I will say again, for the next 100 years, seditions will never ever forget what Unity Party did. Broke the headquarters down. They planned it. At least Gregory Coleman, you executed it. You ensured that it was down. But that building, yeah, you see how God works? You see how God works? Look at the building. I have not seen the architecture design, but my spirit is telling me that it's going to be classic. It's going to be so exquisite. It's going to be like what John gave us in Revelation about heaven, how it's going to be a translucent city. Yeah, I'm imagining that's how it's going to be, the picture that John gave us of how heaven going to be, like a translucent city. When you enter, you might likely fall because your eyes, something you've never seen before. Oh, look. I can see why God say when things happening to you, leave it. Meaning that my responsibility. They announced today formally. They say the breaking ground on December 6th. Their party chairman Luther Tappe Boagato go and announce it. So they coming to steal money from FPRC, steal money from NPA, steal money from NASCAR, steal money from Central Bank, steal money from Finance Ministry. They coming to do all kinds of manipulation to build their headquarters. But you can't match George Weah. Can't match George Weah. No. It's because of George Weah now. And you see it? You hear ANC announcing breaking ground. You hear what the other party that get money? CMC announcing breaking ground. You hear that other man who say he wants to be president. That Lofa County man that left CDC and went to Boakai. Yeah? How they call a party? PAP, eh? People's Action Party. You hear that one announcing the breaking ground. Who brings that into existence? George Weah. We are the pace setter. Pace setter for the good. Why Unity Party and Joseph Yuma pace setter for the bad? We are the pace setter for the good. The presence of God, you go in the Bible, you see how the tabernacle was being carried. The presence of God was before, the presence of God was behind, the presence of God was on the two extremes. That's how it is with George Weah. The presence of God is before Weah, the presence of God behind, the presence of God at his two extremes, guiding him. Yeah. Shame. The party chairman, you could see his countenance. He was not too comfortable. Shame. Say the building, they having groundbreaking ceremony on December 6th to build their headquarters. The same thing that the chairman said, Councillor Fonati Kofa. You see envious people? Councillor Fonati Kofa said CDC will have headquarters in every county. They come with the same thing. They say they will have their party headquarters across the country. Meaning where CDC get headquarters, in a country they will put a headquarters there too. So the measuring arm with CDC. That's how God can expose envious people. So in number, at least the credit, you're like you're not the credit will go to George Weah. Everybody say, oh, that George Weah started it. That George Weah started. You go, you get very hang on the transformer, you die. You get very fall down on the car, with that car on, you die, you gone. That George Weah, the credit will go to George Weah. You don't even get credit that I've been in. The whole world know that no more thing in existence. Everybody will reference it. The one part is automatic. Everybody will reference it. Oh, that George Weah started thing. Oh, that CDC for big headquarters. Nobody will say United Party Bay headquarters before CDC. Nobody will say CMC Bay headquarters before CDC. Everybody will say that George Weah Bay headquarters, CDC Bay the headquarters for that because CDC Bay headquarters, so United Party say they Bay in the headquarters too. And that's why you should tell everybody the envious or the jealous or because you announced the groundbreaking on October 18 to start building your headquarters. They come in with the announcement too. That's how people who envy, a person who envy, that's what they can do. By the time you say something, it's not good, then they join it too. We're doing it all. Just like those people that you see selling. The woman think how to make a good life. She developed what should I say? You help me. Okay, she develops a good recipe. She puts them together. Pam, she gets on the road to sell. Like you can see those spaghetti market and all over now. Her friend sees it. Instead of her friend thinking different, because that guy developed a good recipe, she too, she goes, in less than no time, she bring her own, she pull the rest of her friend. Now, envy there, that's what they call envy. That's how you can understand envy. CDC announced, less than no time, United Party say they come and build their headquarters too. They having groundbreaking on December 6th. Nonsense. We are a man. We are a man. And then worrying like nobody. The men are talking. Oh, ego. The men are talking. The daily one talking. A hurting them. Hey man, what my man Isaiah? Isaiah said they will see it, they will hear it, they will talk it. Oh, he said you get there with the speaker, eh? Honorable Koga. Okay. So let's celebrate, man. Let's celebrate small. Let's celebrate, yeah? Let's celebrate. Let's go. Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. All the way, they brought yellow my ship. They break it down. They was clapping their hands. They was stealing things. They was cursing my. Oh, what a happy day for those stupid people. The course they leave, let them go fix their thing. But they were very old just to break it down. Now they break it down. Somebody not go crazy. Somebody not die. No way. So anything happen. Bunch of foolish people. See this. 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 All the way. Oh. See this. See this. See this. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. See this. All the way. See this. It's for the people. Ain't I in bed and ain't I in the house. Ain't in their hearts. And they carrying it. No yellow machine. Can't take it from them. Now yeah, it's here. We finish getting land. We finish getting money. We come and break the ground to start putting again. So let's go break our ground. Let's go make them shake. Together we are strong. CDC, we are supreme. Let me just tell you something, a new belt, it will be a rainbow of true democracy and the people's mind. CDC will show the world what it means to be supreme. So let's go break our ground. Let's go make them shake. Together we are strong. CDC, we are supreme. Breaking ground, breaking ground. Atuba, 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 CDC, we are supreme. Break our ground. Let's go make them shake. Together we are strong. CDC, we are supreme. Hey. Let me just tell you something, a new belt, it will be a rainbow of true democracy.
Hey.
A bunch of foolish people.
Oh, yes.
CDC.
Josephus Mane says, Sam, you do the kangaroo dance for the new song. You dance it like a real money man. But I tell you, I know how to dance this song, man. That song that you get the usual way, they want different. So all of you who want to know the dance, how this one goes, you'll come to the station. I will show you. I will do a drill. And see, my man Josephus saw it. He's excited. That's what I was doing.
To start putting again, so let's go break our ground. Let's go make them shame.
Let's go break our ground. Let's go make them shame.
We are strong.
We are strong, definitely.
We are supreme. Hey. Let me just tell you something, a new belt, it will be a rainbow of true democracy and the people's mind. CDC will show the world what it means to be supreme. So let's go break our ground. Let's go make them shame. Together we are strong. CDC, we are supreme.
Get your Bluetooth. This is the song you're marching with.
Breaking ground, breaking.
Get your small Bluetooth. Get the song. Israel are giving you people the song today. I think he will continue tomorrow. All of you should have it. It's easier to get.
We finish getting land, we finish getting money. We come and break the ground to start putting again. So let's go break our ground. Let's go make them shake. Together we are strong.
Let's go break our ground. Let's go make them shame. Together we are strong. Inspiring wordings, man.
Something a new belt, it will be a rainbow of true democracy and the people's mind. CDC will show the world what it means to be supreme. So let's go break our ground. Let's go make them shame. Together we are strong. CDC, we are supreme.
Okay, time is of the essence. Thank you ever so much. That's all the time we've got to be on the show, man. But please, get your song.
They brought yellow my ship.
Not just any song, not any one of those usual CDC songs. This one. This is the new song. This is the construction song.
People, the course they leave, let them go fix the thing. But they were very hard just to break it down. Now they break it down. Somebody now go crazy.
So that's it. The news is on at 6 o'clock. Join us at 6 in just under 30 minutes from now. And then at 8, the doctor himself is in. The only teacher of the line, Anthony at Law, A.B. Whale, will face the issues. If God permits, we're back tomorrow. I'm Sam Andrews.
Oh, yeah. On the way. CDC is for the people. Ain't I in bed, ain't I in the house, ain't in their hearts, and they carrying it. No yellow machine can take it from them.